What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. I know that time is around the corner where a lot of you guys are getting ready to leave. So I wanted to do a packing video on what to pack, clothes, electronics, and little small details and things that you may or may not know. I appreciate you guys tuning in. So let's get this thing started. So I want to share a quick story with you. It's kind of funny, and another reason why I wanted to do this packing video. So when I first went overseas about 5 years ago in 2013, I had went to Israel, and 3 months before we were leaving, my wife and I had got married, and as some of our gifts, we received about $1,000 to $1,500 in Bed Bath & Beyond gift cards. But normally you use those gift cards on household appliances, toasters, blenders, sheets. You know how Bed Bath & Beyond is. But since we were going overseas and we were unsure and we were kind of, ignorant Americans, we spent like $700 on Listerine, Colgate, Dove soap, deodorant, shampoo, all this stuff that we come to find out is there in Israel. So instead of having some nice stuff for our home, we ended up spending the gift certificates on stupid toiletries. We had a bag full of toiletries and we get over there and they have everything. So ridiculous, I know, but hopefully you guys, after watching this and hearing this, don't make that same mistake. So here we go. I've been using this bag here. Shout out to Colorado, my guys. I've been using this bag here since 2010 when I first got it when I went to Colorado. Shout out to Nike for making such a durable bag. Holds a lot of great stuff. And I've also been using this one from training camp a year before I went to Israel when I was with the Warriors. Shout out to Ogio. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, but they make a great bag as well. If you guys want something that's more sturdy, I will look into what's called a weigh. They have a really good type of casing for your bag when it's getting tossed around all these different airports and countries. But going to that first point of what to pack, I want to start off with gear. I'm not talking about your clothes, but in terms of compression shorts, basketball shorts, some compression dry fits, whatever you want to call it. I think you guys should bring a good amount of that. Depending on what team you're going to, they may or may not have a sponsorship deal with the Nike or Adidas or Peak or Spalding, whatever it is. And even if they do, it's not like college at all. So they're not going to just keep throwing you gear every time hey, I need new socks. Hey, I need new compressions. Hey, I need a new dry fit. It does not work like that until you're on the Euro League or Champions League level of basketball. Even some Euro Cup teams don't give out that much gear. So I would highly recommend you bring about 5 to 6 of your own compression shorts and tights, because there's not really a good place where I found you can buy tights overseas. So if that's your thing, if that's part of your playing style, I would definitely recommend you bring in 3 or 4 pair of your compression tights. Bring some hoop shorts just to practice in or whatever, just in case they're not ready or don't have your gear ready. The second thing I want to talk about is your shoes. Make sure you bring all the shoes that you really, really need in terms of playing, whatever you're comfortable practicing, whatever you're comfortable playing in. Make sure you have those shoes on hand. The shoes overseas are going to be more expensive, 9 times out of 10 or more times than not, and they may or may not have your size. So I would be prepared to have your own shoes. I would bring at least 3 or 4 pair of hoop shoes alone to get you through that whole year. If you were gonna buy shoes there, then I would leave space in your bag for that, so you're not pounding on the weight, because shoes and jeans are gonna be your most heavy items in your bag. So take that into consideration when you're packing about how much weight you are, because when you fly, you're only gonna get 2 bags for free. And those bags can weigh up to 50 pounds. Once they go over, that's when you have to start paying. So keep that in mind. The last thing when it comes to the clothing aspect is make sure you pack according to the climate you're gonna be in. So if you're in Germany, you're in Eastern Europe, you're in Austria, Bulgaria, Hungary, Switzerland, I would pack for winter. Bring a coat, bring your team sweats, bring thermals, bring socks, wool socks, whatever it is that keeps you comfortable and warm. If you're in Israel, Turkey, south of France, south of Italy, Greece, you can get away with just sweats and some long sleeve t-shirts, maybe a thermal here and there. It's not gonna be super cold, but if you're in those European countries like Germany, like I said earlier, or if you're going to Finland, Norway, Denmark, Russia, I would definitely bring that winter gear, those winter boots, all the things you need. And the last thing about the clothing, Zara and H&M were started overseas. So if that's your swag, if that's your mood, they're gonna have that wherever you go. So if you're thinking or wondering how many clothes you should bring, I would still leave some space in your bag because you may have some more stuff you need to take home with you once you're done with the season. You got to think 10 months is a long time. So I doubt you're not going to go without buying at least a couple items. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Like I said earlier, same thing with the shoes. Just leave a little bit of space if you can and go from there. All right. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into and talk about is power and voltage. So here in the US, we use a voltage of anywhere between 110 to 120. Overseas, and I'm specifically talking about Europe, they use a power voltage of 200 to 240. So they use a lot more power than we do here. And if you're not familiar with that, you can't just plug in everything that you do here over there and think it's going to work fine. So what you're going to need are these adapters. They come in all different shapes and sizes. As you can see, these are for Europe. This is another one. I really like this one because it has different countries. You can see UK, Europe, America, and Australia. You can find all of these at Target, Amazon, Walmart. They're fairly cheap. This one is a little bit more expensive because you can, again, switch the settings in the countries, and you can also plug in your USB cord and charge other devices at the same time. So if you're going to be playing overseas for the majority of your career, I would definitely recommend you get one of these that has multiple countries that you can just switch to. As you can see. So going forward, it's a real simple adaptation. Your Mac, your iPad, your iPhone, your Apple Watch, pretty much all the major devices are gonna be easy. You just simply go like that, plug the USB in, plug this into the wall, and you're good to go. Now, for other devices, such as these, you're gonna need to check the box or check on the back of the device for what voltage it can handle. Otherwise, you end up doing what I did and blow your liner or your groom kit or whatever you're using, and it won't work anymore. That happened to me in Israel. I had an Andis liner, plugged it in the wall, didn't know, and it smoked, went up, the electric, boom, all that. So I got these overseas, and they have the European plugs, but I can also use them here at home, again, because I have this thing. So all I have to do is put the European plug in here, set the setting to the US, as you can see, plug that plug in here, and it still works. So I would get something that's compatible with everything. Now, on to the next part, the one y'all really dying to know about, the gaming system. So thankfully and fortunately for you guys, Xbox is finally come around to having a universal power circuit or power cord. When I bought my Xbox One, this huge one right here, the OG, it couldn't transform the power. So I couldn't just plug this into the wall in Europe and it worked. It would have blew up. I had to get a European power cord or power outlet so that I could plug it into the wall and play it. So I have a European power outlet and I have a American power outlet, but that's only because this is the 2014 version. Now, if you have the updated version, the Xbox One S, all you got to do is plug it into one of these, as I mentioned earlier, and you're good to go. Same thing with the PS4, same thing with the Nintendo Switch. All those guys are ready to go. So in terms of gaming, unless you have an old Xbox like this, you won't need to get a transformer, or you won't need to get a power brick that's compatible to the country. One more thing about the electronics. If you're gonna take your gaming system, I would highly recommend and suggest that you bring it on the plane with you as a carry-on. You won't believe how many horror stories I've heard about guys having their Xboxes broken when they open it to go play when they get to their country, or their PlayStation being shattered. You gotta understand, there's a lot of bags being moved, there's a lot of flights being taken, and the guys that work those, they're just throwing them on and getting on to the next plane. So please, please, please take it on the plane with you, so that way you have a peace of mind and you are good. All right. Moving on from the gaming entertainment to more television, cable, satellite entertainment, I want to talk about the Apple TV. Now, you guys can see all my stuff is old because it ain't broke. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I would highly recommend you get one of these, or a Roku TV, or Amazon Fire Stick, so that you can watch all the stuff you normally watch here over there. And it's easy because your iPhone automatically connects with this. And once you plug this into the TV, you can go from your phone to the TV. And it's compatible, same thing with the iPad and with your Mac. So if you guys don't have one, I highly recommend you get one so that you can take your Netflix, you can take your DirecTV, AT&T, Comcast, whatever provider you have at home, log on to that account online, and then stream it through your Apple TV or your phone and plug it through your Apple TV, and it'll appear on your TV. I know that's a lot of TVs in one sentence, but you guys get what I'm saying. So as I'm sure you guys saw earlier in the intro to this video, I'm a big guy, a big believer in recovery. You saw all my recovery devices. Here I have the Viper roller, and here I have the Theragun. Real quick, if you guys have these devices, they are all easily able to convert to the power overseas just with the adapter that I was showing earlier. The Viper will work easily. Theragun, the Hyperice gun, if you have that instead, the Normatec, and the Game Ready, I believe, all transform easily to the country you're in. So if you got it, I would definitely recommend you bring it, because you're gonna have some long practice days, long weeks ahead of you, and you gotta keep that body fresh. So that's it. Last but not least, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, okay, I hear a lot about guys taking over food, snacks, seasonings, and all that is true. I would definitely recommend, if there's something you can't live without, Hidden Valley Ranch, Red Rooster hot sauce, I don't know, whatever your thing is, I would definitely recommend you bring it. Every grocery store is not gonna carry American products. You'll see some, you might see a little bit more than some, but you're not gonna, don't think this is Albertsons or Kroger or Costco. They don't have none of that. The closest thing they have, I can't even tell you. You might as well just go on Amazon, because there ain't no Target, there ain't no Walmart, none of that. So if there's seasons like Lowry's, or the special Mexican powder you use for your tacos, or you make a killer barbecue chicken, you make a killer casserole, but you gotta have this, hey, bring your seasonings. Okay, so that's everything, you guys. I hope you guys appreciate it. Thank you again for watching. If there was anything I missed or left out, please let me know with a comment or a DM. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do this year. Safe travels, and congratulations again. I'll see you soon.